Hey everyone, welcome. We had some fun just before signing on. Chris looking for charging wires and cords and cussing out everyone on this podcast. But welcome, we're here. It's still PG,
Child
um,
friendly.
child friendly. Yeah, we'll see how explicit this episode gets after we talk about Michigan's last game. Strange. We're not super happy. We'll give it a quick analysis, kind of the game, how it went. Obviously, this is post USC loss this past weekend. We've got some analysis coming up. I'm excited to talk a little bit about the Washington game, just because of the opponent, but we'll talk about strategy and kind of what we're thinking in terms of Michigan football. Because what I saw in my limited exposure to the game, I saw a Sherrone Moore offense. I saw a hesitant offense. I saw a confused offense. I saw kind of like what felt to me like lackadaisical play. I don't know a better word to kind of describe it. Um, we had some returners coming back from injury, which was nice. El Hadi is a great example. I didn't see the performance I was expecting to see. And then we had some injuries, right? Justice Haynes. It looked like the other running back we've got, Marshall, had a little bit of an injury. He was kind of working through it. Um, but to me, the story of the game was Michigan has got to figure out our identity and our rhythm on offense that seemed to be lackluster. And I also don't know. Let's talk about this. And Chris, I'm really curious to hear your take, but I do not understand how we allowed multiple third and extremely long runs. I mean, there were many downs, like third and 20, third and 25, where USC just happened to make a first down or just magically came up with this a huge play. So, yeah, Chris, give me your take. We'll go around the table, but strange game.
Kyle brought this up during the game in our group chat, but it was very glaring once we got about three quarters in the game was how poor our tackling was this last game. That third and 26 was one of the more deflating plays I can remember from the past couple seasons, honestly. There's a lot of hope coming into this game that maybe this was our uh, Miko called it the pendulum game to keep the momentum going into the rest of the season. Um, let's hope that it isn't as severe backwards on the pendulum swing and that it was just an anomaly. The concerns are there that you mentioned. The play calling, Sherrone noted that maybe it was a little predictable play calling. All the words used to describe our offense are things you never want to hear your offense described as. Um, so those were obviously glaring issues. And then you had our offense completely relying on Justice Haynes to do a breakthrough run every game. When he went down towards the end of the first half, I think that Underwood was a little bit shell shocked because he didn't have the guy just to lean on, and Sherrone's been putting him into situations where he hasn't had to be the guy. We've talked about this all year. Um, so all in all, USC looked pretty darn good, disciplined. Lincoln Riley had them ready to play. He probably used the um, propaganda from Sherrone that the reason the crowd was sold out was because Michigan was in town. I bet he used that as fuel to ignite his team. So overall, I'm confident we'll recover. It's just there's a lot of chirps out there that maybe Sherrone's not the right guy. I think it's too early to say that. I did like how he came out in his blue collar jacket after the game and said, "Time to get back to work. We're not going to whine about this, or I'm not going to let the boys complain, but we're just going to get back to work."
Yeah, me too. Kyle, jump on in. What do you guys think?
So I think that this was a game where we saw Wink the hardest. We saw the most Wink Martindale defense we've seen in a while. USC had a 60% overall success rate. They had 489 yards, 7.2 yards per play average. This was just everyone was out of position. They were running the wrong kind of defense for the personnel that USC had on the field. We had Barham at the edge, and it wasn't working. Edelman looks undisciplined out there. It was. I think we need to consider that maybe Wink isn't very good.
It's an interesting take because
consideration.
I mean, it's a tough consideration. It's also interesting because and rightfully so. I mean, focus on the defense. And I agree. Like defense, we gave up some points. We weren't playing super smart. We didn't make the adjustments I think we needed to make. But I will say, I do feel if I had to put one focus, or I should say, a focus on like one side of the ball. For me, the story of the game is the offense. Like, yes, defense, we gave up some crazy plays. We did have a great turnover, hard hit. I forgot who made that hit. Was it Jair Hill? We got a good fumble recovery.
Yeah.
It was a good hit.
Yeah, we got great fumble recovery, but
that was like not a design. It wasn't designed to go that way. It was just turnover. The game could have been 45-13 without those turnovers.
Yeah.
I think the defense didn't put the offense in a position to succeed.
Wow, that's interesting. I would say the opposite. I would say the sputtering offense kept the defense out there, didn't give us motivation, took away energy. That was my take, but I totally see your point. There's a lot of glaring holes in the defense.
Right. But I'm not saying the offense looked good. I mean, when you score 13 points, that's almost never enough to do it unless you're playing against Ohio State.
And yeah, it was just really surprising. And Mita is going to join us in a bit. I think he's having some difficulties rejoining. But my point is, this was a big game. This is a big game. We knew it was a big game. So part of me is not. It's even more frustrated that we knew coming into this. Sherrone took the prep seriously. We got to LA early. I think they got in on Thursday, technically, before the Saturday game. They practiced Friday at the Chargers facility, thanks to Jim Harbaugh. So, like, mentally, we knew, hey, we got to do a lot of stuff for this game, get there early, get our bodies adjusted, get some good practice in. But, like, what happened between the mental, physical preparation to the game, that to me, the message that I take from that is coaching. That's just, there's really no other explanation that I can put together of, like, these guys were not where they needed to be and who they needed to be. And that starts at the top. So that's where I start to see some warning signals for Sherrone, unfortunately.
Who do you think you are? I am. That's right. Miko, what do you got?
Yeah, that's...
Can you guys hear me now? My Cricket Wi-Fi is acting up.
Yeah, we can hear you. Yeah, we can hear you. We can't see you, but we can hear you.
Oh, you can't see me? Okay.
Oh, I can see you.
I can see every ounce of you.
I see your beautiful smile. I see your delightfully charming eyes.
I tend to agree with John. I think my expectation of the defense is a bit higher than it is of the offense, right? The defense is where we have more experience. They should be playing better than that. That said, I think they made enough plays to keep us competitive if the offense had done their job in turn, right? So it's demotivating if you're out there, you force a fumble or you get an interception and then offense goes out and goes 3 and out and they're punting and then you're right back on the field. So definitely room for improvement on both sides, but I think it's the offense, man. I think Sherrone is just not adjusting to the talent that he has, and he's trying to still play that old Michigan, old school football where it's just like run, pass, run, pass, and it just wasn't working. And it hasn't really been working all season. I mean, we've gotten by beating some mediocre teams. And then we saw the result on Saturday with USC. So I think something's got to change on the offensive front. We got to adjust the playbook and use the talent we have. Otherwise, it's going to be a mediocre season moving forward.
Feels like we're getting absolutely bodied at the line of scrimmage on both sides of the ball, which is just not anything we're used to the last few years with Michigan football. Who would have thought that USC would manhandle our defensive line that's supposed to be phenomenal? So yeah,
I don't know if that was.
Yeah.
I don't know if our defensive line was. I think they were trying to do like two things at once, like get into the backfield and fill run gaps, but in trying to do both at the same time, they failed at both, and it ended up looking silly, to be honest, watching like our defenders get into the backfield, over pursue, and just get gashed. And
not a good feeling.
it has to do a lot of like we put in a lot of weird personnel. I think we had backups in for like half the snaps on defense.
Mm-hmm.
And this was there were only like 70 plays per side. It was a really short game. Just not a lot of opportunities.
We had just over 100 rushing yards, I think. Yeah,
that's not going to cut
109 rushing yards.
Justice Hayes was a big loss.
The biggest play of the game was that Marsh little busted run after catch. That was cool. Gave us a little false hope for a second. But at least he's continuing
Marsh,
to show.
That's my dude of the week.
Well, there you go. Perfect.
He had that one really great catch and move. He was 8 for 9 for 138 yards. And his one that he didn't get was that goal line would have been a touchdown if the defender just defended it perfectly, knocked it right out of his hand.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Major yikes.
I mean, I think if we do there's interesting articles. I'm trying to pull them up now. Like Sports Illustrated's got a couple, Detroit Free Press has a couple, but 5 or 6 surprising stats from the game. One of the big ones that I see is literally they call it Michigan's elite defense, which honestly it hadn't looked elite the whole year, relatively. Obviously, we're playing different opponents, and you could argue it did not look elite against Oklahoma. But against USC, surrendered a season-high 489 yards of offense, which included 265 through the air. They also lost, the Trojans did, their top running back, Wayman Jordan, right, to injury in the first half. But even after that, they totally pulled off 224 yards, which was, I think, 2 or 3 runs they had with... I'm forgetting his name, but the replacement, Jordan's replacement, who got 2 or 3 runs of 45 yards each or something in the second half.
Right.
So,
I think they could have gotten those yards with Miko out there because the blocking was terrible on our side. They just, the holes were huge for USC's run game.
Yeah, we really got pushed around, which was surprising to see. So, I guess. Can we talk about solutions? Listen, I think everyone knows we've got a problem right now. This is a glaring problem. I'm hopeful that we can still make improvements the next few weeks and the next couple months. And I'm a little bit scared, to be honest with you, come end of November, what that's going to look like, especially given the hype that we had with our offense. And we do have weapons. It's just about using them. So what are your thoughts on... potential solutions to where we find ourselves at the moment?
Do
we have
That's a complex question there, buddy.
Yeah.
I think they need to...
we're a complex group of smart dudes.
Go ahead,
I
Kyle.
had to come up with a solution, I would say we need to do full-on practices, and do the fundamentals, just drill the fundamentals into these guys until they stop missing tackles, they stop taking bad angles, they block the offensive line just blocks inherently, like they just do it without thinking about it. We got to get receivers running routes just effortlessly. I think we're getting a little too ahead of our skis on the scheme stuff, and it's asking too much of these players. They're asked to remember to do too many things. We just got to simplify it down and really drill the fundamentals. That's kind of my old-timey opinion.
I second
Chris,
the
you were gonna say
notion
something.
on getting back to the basics on defense, but on the contrary, on the offense, I think we need just to have some fun. Sherrone needs to stop being so freaking conservative and overthinking this all. And
Right,
playing
he
ball
does. He
control.
plays it like it's the fourth quarter, like throughout the whole
the
game.
freaking game, man. Like, just have some fun.
No,
Worst
he
case
played it like
scenario, he's going to turn the ball over. We're going to punt it anyways. So might as well
he
have more
played
fun with it.
it. He's playing like it's a fourth quarter and we're up by like 3 scores. So, run super conservative, which is just not the case. And I want to know what Mita thinks too, but I'm just like, even if you go back to the McCarthy days, right? It's still very simple offense. Like we weren't super showy. We ran a lot. We had 2 stud running backs, but we had smart, less conservative plays. Sometimes they were rollouts. It was mostly tight end heavy, right? Colston caught the majority of our passes. Klein did as well, but I just feel like that's kind of non-existent. That short to medium range pass. I pulled up the stats for Underwood, who threw for 207, which is not terrible, right? 2 touchdowns and interception. If you can throw 200 plus yards, ideally it's close to 300, but 200 plus is not terrible. But what happens with Underwood is most of that is on like 1 or 2 plays, right? We have like 1 or 2 large breakout plays, and that's like our whole offense for the game. So technically, I think 70 or 75 yards of that came on 1 play. So the rest of the game, he's got 130, 100 yards. So that's like really not doing much. And Mita, I want to hear what you have to say. I just feel like even if we went back to the McCarthy day of the rollout of the short to medium throw, just give it some excitement, give it some oomph.
Yeah. Well, yeah, first off, I think there were like multiple third and long or third and medium where Sherrone just ran the ball. And this is when we were already down. It's like, what are you doing? So that kind of stuff is just kind of scratch your head. But yeah, I agree. I mean, I think we've got 2 athletes at receiver now, which we haven't had in a while. We've got McCauley and we've got Marsh. And those were our 2 touchdowns, right? We threw it up to McCauley. I think it was in the first quarter. He made a good catch. And then Marsh had that big 69-yard play. I think we got to do more of that. Let Bryce throw the ball. Let him make mistakes. Let him go out there and play and try to get it to these playmakers. I don't think we have the offensive line this year to be playing that old school Michigan ball that we're used to be able to do, right? And we saw that this week. We tried to run it. We had the injury. Couldn't do anything on the ground. Offensive line is just not what it needs to be to play that kind of game. So I would just use the rest of the season. I mean, it's pretty much lost at this point. Like, even if we win out, we're not getting into the playoffs.
That's
so
not true.
use it as a chance
we're going to
to
the playoffs, dude. It's
No
way.
What are you talking about? That's where I draw the line on the negativity.
It's close. We might be one of the last. We might be like the 13th team
That's where I
if
draw
we
the
win
line.
out.
Yeah, we
Spoken
can
like
a
still
true father.
win out.
We can
We only
debate
have
that
1
later.
loss in the Big Ten right now. If we won out, not that it's likely, but it is very mathematical possible still.
We just don't have a very difficult schedule going forward. I mean, the strength of schedule.
We need a lot
low.
of help. We need a lot of help.
We don't
Yeah.
that much
I
help
think
to
that-
win, baby.
I think that, well, maybe we need help to win, so you guys are both
We
right.
do need help. That's true.
I think that Yeah, so here's another interesting statistic or tidbit, whatever you want to call it, right? And I think that we need to have a conversation about. I hate to do this, but let's talk about other games and other teams that play this weekend. We'll touch on the big firing of James Franklin as well, but something we do need to talk about. This is Moore's second season, right? Parts of two seasons. They both
Yep.
have had identical starts. Okay, 4-1 open before a lopsided road loss. So 4-1, it became 4-2 both seasons with like a terrible second loss, and then we like kind of recovered last year. Obviously, we beat Ohio State, which was a big deal, but it didn't look very healthy the rest of the season. And then Moore saying, "I promise, this is a different team. Da da da. This isn't last year's team." But the fact remains, he is 11-7 over two seasons, which you ask me,
Yeah.
that's not good enough. And maybe like I'm like, maybe does he need more time? Like, is it because it's not his third year and he doesn't have all his recruits? I don't know. I'm not going to give him the benefit of the doubt because I think Harbaugh recruited the heck out of this team. So I think we need to start having that kind of conversation with a lot of the college football head coaches seeing some carousel movement.
I am interested to see how Sherrone reacts to this adversity now, because we gave our friends to the south a lot of heat for Ryan Day inheriting Urban Meyer's machine of organization, and I think we need to do a little introspection to see what did Sherrone do to become the head coach at University of Michigan, and what has he done with it since then. So let's hold ourselves to the same standard that we're holding our rivals to, is all I'll say there. So I expect Sherrone to get it together. I hope he does. Otherwise, we're going to have to look maybe elsewhere at the end of the year. We'll give him the rest of the year to see what he can do.
Yeah, at the end of last year, it looked, with the beating Ohio State and then beating Alabama, it looked like the team was getting better coached and that we're heading in the right direction. And now it feels like we're resetting again to the beginning of last year. And I don't know. I think a lot of it has to do with it's Sherrone's first head coaching gig, and he doesn't know all the things he needs to do, so he's just not doing them. Just things that you need to,
True.
just things you need experience to learn how to, be a coach of a head football team, head coach of a football team.
Yeah, yeah. I think it's just like Mita's, I think, spot on. Where it's like you're doing things. You're down in a football game. It's the non, what's the word? I'm like trying to think of the word. It's the non-adjustment that's the scariest, right? Like you're down by multiple scores. You're running from a super long distance for first down. So, and you realize your offensive line isn't playing the way they need to play, so make the adjustment. Like, don't keep doing the same thing and expecting a different result. That's the part that scares me the most. Like, you think of good coaches like Lincoln Riley, some of the other coaches around football, like the best ones, adjust. They're like, hey, tonight, I'm not getting this from this player. Okay, so don't throw the ball to him. Or my offensive line isn't blocking, so screen passes, rollouts, tight end, excuse me, tight end like drag routes. Do something that's going to be easier for the quarterback. And I just don't see that from him. But yeah, is that lack of experience, or is that just like he doesn't like? He's just not good. I don't know. I guess I'm not able to tell if that's
both.
lack of experience. Yeah, or he's just not good.
I mean, it's little things like
We're having about our
what was the we scored there. We had the 69-yard pass, and then he went for a 2-point conversion.
that
which
was we all
in
Right.
no mathematical scenario made any sense. Like 2
We
points
lost
does
momentum.
nothing for us
Yeah.
there.
like.
And it's like, why? Why do you do that?
I think there's like a slight like probability model that says you should go for 2 there, but again, I don't think he's like doing it from a place of confidence. I think he's just doing it because he thinks that's what he's supposed to do.
Interesting perspective.
But what
maybe
that
like
puts us down? That puts us down 9. If we would have made that 2-point conversion, we would have been down 9. So still 2-possession game.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's like
And
it's something with like a field goal math, like in case you have to make a field goal later. It's stupid and it's little, but
I will say he better rally
I don't
the
think it.
dang
Yeah.
troops before this game against
it's
Washington because they have a machine
Good.
at quarterback and running back.
well, here's a fear I have is if
They're pretty dang good on the run.
if we're wasting a once in a lifetime generational talent to let a head coach learn.
Mm-hmm.
Is that a good use of Bryce Underwood?
That is a concern. And I don't think that anyone anticipated that coming in. Obviously, that's why we're in this position. Like, we thought that would be a good match. I still think it can be a good match. Like, I'm also sitting back and be like, are we being too harsh? Are we being too harsh on a freshman quarterback? Are we being too harsh on a sophomore coach? Like, maybe. I think the problem is that we came into this season with such high expectations because we had all these weapons. So now to be like, actually, let's remove the expectations and just give them grace, give them a couple of years. It's a weird feeling to do that retroactively. Like, you got to do that coming into the season, not halfway through the season being like, okay, yeah, actually, you know what? This is a rebuilding year. Like, we should calm down. It doesn't really work that way. So, yeah, I mean, listen, I think there's a lot of stuff that's going on. We have an interesting game coming up this weekend against Washington. I think that's going to be more tricky. Coming into last week, I was like, we're going to roll. Like, the next game I was concerned about was Ohio State, as always. But every week seems like it's going to be a challenge. So I hope, I really do hope, like Chris was saying, like, let's see if he rallies the troops. It's more about, are we going to have a different strategy? Like, are we going to have a different approach? Are we going to try new things? Are we going to be adventurous? Are we going to adjust to the season? And if I don't see that, this weekend against, for me, this Washington game, what's the word? Maybe you guys can fill in the word. It's like the vertex. It's like the tip of the seesaw. Like, yeah, it's the inflection point. Great word, Kyle. It's the inflection point for me of like, okay, this is it. This is telling me everything I need to know. If we're going to play the same way, we're going to have the same strategy, regardless, honestly, of whether we win or lose. It's less about that for me. It's about how are we changing what we're doing to kind of push the season forward. So a little concerned. Let's move off this for a second. Let's go back to other big news. Is it just me? Because I don't see the pick'em released yet. It could just be me. Maybe it's like a delay in the week. But we can talk about last week's pick'em. I thought was pretty interesting. I think at least my bracket got screwed.
I forgot, dude.
Because I did choose Michigan. Oregon, Indiana. Man, Indiana's looking. Oh, did you?
Mm-hmm. It's okay.
That's sad.
Yeah. Indiana looks like the team to beat in the Big Ten. They look really good.
Indiana's solid, huh?
Let's hear it, Miko.
Yeah.
Big Netty.
Yeah, that's the coach's name. Indiana looks amazing. Georgia beat Auburn. That was exciting for me, at least. We anticipated Nebraska to win. Alabama just squeezed out against Missouri. Oklahoma, very surprising for me. I was super confident. I did not like how Texas looked. We had that loss to Oklahoma. I was thinking it'd be huge for us. Oklahoma came through. Mateer played. He probably could have still been injured. We don't know 100% of the story.
Yeah, he looked like he was like 70% or something.
Yeah, they put up 6 against Texas, so very surprising. Let's talk more about this past week if you guys want. Huge news with James Franklin coming out of Penn State. Not huge in a reflection of how the season's gone, because James Franklin's had a rough go the past few weeks.
He's had a tough 15 days.
Tough 15 days. He still will be getting paid $50 million the next 6 years to not work, which is a good deal.
I noticed
But
there's a clause to that.
yeah, what are you guys' thoughts? Any big call-outs?
So
Oh, for James.
yeah, I read that if he only gets paid that if he kind of like if you're going on to,
He has to get a job.
he has to at least no he has to
Really?
he has to be applying
He's got to
a
work
head
somewhere
coaching
else?
job or a media job, and he has to be making less than $8 million a year.
It's a weird contract.
Oh, it's sort of like a supplement situation. Like if he's working and it's not 8, then because it's not enough to sustain his lifestyle, he gets paid in addition to that.
That's how I
Yeah,
understood
so
it. Yep.
Oh, well, I mean, either way, he's getting 8 million a year. So,
Guaranteed,
you know,
yes.
I don't feel too
It's like
bad
when you
about
For
have
that
to-
sucking
situation.
at your
Like
job.
when you have to
Yeah.
apply to
That's-
jobs
Ugh.
to get unemployment.
How much-
The same concept.
How much to buy out Sherrone?
Oh, stop!
Oh, that's a good question.
Not much, dude.
Too soon.
Bryce Underwood almost.
I don't know,
It's not
man.
too
I'm like-
soon.
Trone's not that bad. Winks, I think, is
Okay.
like $3 million a year.
I Googled it. You guys ready? How much is Sherrone Moore's buyout Michigan 2025 as December 1st, 2025? So I guess, I don't know if this is before December 1st or after, but he would be set to receive $14 million, which ranks as the number 36 most expensive
Pretty low.
buyout. Yeah, it's pretty low.
We need a $10 million coach if we're going to win a natty.
What is
dude.
his
I
total
said it.
contract? Do you know?
It's also on the lower end.
I'd
for
contribute
Big
to
Ten.
that fund.
Yeah.
He has a
Dimmy Films,
Yeah.
#1 NIL sponsor for University
he's got
of
a
Michigan.
5-year contract. Yeah,
5 years,
Jimmy will come up
14
with
mil.
the cash.
So Bryce is getting 4 years, 12 million. Maybe there's some cultural issues that we're not addressing. Maybe they need an
You want
alpha
to expand
coach
on that?
I think they need an alpha coach. And Sherrone's not an alpha.
We're not tough enough.
No, we're not tough enough, and he's not tough enough on the players, and he's not
Is he a
We're
beta?
not tough enough.
there yet. He doesn't command the respect of all these kids. It's like, who are you? I'm making almost as much
I
money
think
as
Mita's Eastern European's coming out right now. Yeah, Mita's like, we're not criticizing them enough.
you. No,
Yeah, it's almost like it's like a good cop, bad cop. We need a good cop, bad cop. Right now, we only have good cop, and it's just not motivating enough for the players. Maybe.
it seems like they're coaching themselves, which isn't a good thing.
Okay.
So what
can
about
you guys hear me?
Signetti?
We're having Wi-Fi issues. Can you hear me?
I'm having a little trouble seeing Chris.
Oh,
Really?
okay. Well, that's because Chris is on his phone as always. Let's do this. I did want to go through the matchup for this week. Can you guys check on your end? Because when I check on the ESPN bracket, it looks like week 8 is not released. Is that true for you guys too?
The pick'em?
You guys double check the pick'em.
Mine's available.
Okay, mine's
Yeah.
not, so I got to double check. Any cool matchups for this week?
We got LSU and Vandy are both 5-1. Could be worth it. A lot of bowl projections have us playing LSU in the postseason. So
Really? Surprising.
yeah, in like I don't know, some New Orleans bowl or something.
Prep bowl. Little Caesars pizza.
Not a great one, but yeah.
Jersey Mike subs bowl.
Jersey Mike's Subway Bowl.
Not on the pick'em, but Ohio State plays Wisconsin. I can't believe they're gonna make Luke Fickell play that game. I figured
that's
he'd
gonna
be
be
fired,
tough.
but figured they'd fire Luke Fickell by now. But they're gonna make him coach against Ohio State and lose 50-0.
Oh, that's gonna be tough. Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you guys hear the rumor about Rule potentially going to Penn State?
It's his alma mater, and it sounds like maybe there's some interest.
That could be very, very interesting. We'll see if that happens.
I don't think that's an improvement over James Franklin.
I don't think so either. I think they got rid of James because he wasn't winning the big games, right? I mean, he's 0 and something.
Well, and then he
against
lost
top
too.
10.
That you cannot lose to UCLA and Northwestern.
No, you can't. So we'll see. I kind of agree that it's probably not a huge advancement, but yeah, I guess we'll see about that. Any other cool pick'ems for the week that you're excited about, or just games?
Let's see.
Did you say Georgia Ole Miss? Did you say that one?
Oh, that'll be a good one.
That's a good game. Mm-hmm.
I think that's the only matchup of top 10 teams.
Hmm.
Tennessee, Alabama.
Holy War, Utah, BYU.
Oh, that's right. Is that big noon kickoff as well? I think probably.
I
could
don't know.
see,
The game is at 8 p.m.
Okay.
So it's a late one.
That is a late one. Mm-hmm. Not for them, but
yeah.
for you.
For me, yeah. No. Well, I don't know. Who knows how those crazy Mormons are doing out there in Utah? They don't have the caffeine to stay up.
That's right.
But boy, is that I love watching the Holy War because it is one of the nastiest matchups you'll have all year. It's like they'll just be punching each other, hitting each other in the ass. Just they do not like each other.
Yeah, that's a religious battle. Utah Utes versus BYU. So it'll be interesting to watch for sure. Is that part of the pick'em or that's a general game?
Yeah, I have a question.
That's part of the pick'em.
Oh, heck yeah. Cool. So that's really exciting. Chris is back, so that's really cool too. We just went through some pick'em games, Chris. We went through general games.
All I was saying was, are Mormons?
Oh, his Wi-Fi might be still struggling. Okay. Let's see if he can join us. If not, that's totally fine. I did want to kind of finish up talking about. Yeah, he's laughing. I can't hear him. He's out.
Oh, what a silly boy.
Yeah, silly boy. Let's talk about Washington this week, and or when Chris is back, we'll do some FreakNasty pick as well.
Yeah, I'm sure he's got something to say about the South Carolina matchup.
Yeah. Give me your thoughts against Washington this week. Me, Ted, you want to go first, and we'll hit Kyle.
Kyle, go first.
Okay, so Washington is 5-1. Their only loss is to Ohio State, which they lost 24-6. We have to beat them 25-6. We have to show improvement. I want to come out of this game and think, oh, well, yeah, the coaching was pretty good. I like the play call selection. I like the way we scheme things up. If we come out and we look like we did against USC, we have a chance we will lose this game. And if we lose this game, it'll be embarrassing.
What's the spread? 6.5?
It's higher than I thought it would be. I figured Michigan would just get the home field advantage. I haven't looked at the spread.
Yeah. It's tough after last week, but I think it's a bounce back game. I'll stay positive. I think it's a bounce back game. I think we're gonna come home. We're gonna win the game. I think we'll win by 10.
Okay.
We'll win by 10 points. But I'm going to go lower scoring than my last prediction, just based on what I've seen with the offense. I'm going to go defense has a good game. They allow 13, and we put up 23.
Oh, I
So
like that.
23-13 Michigan.
Yeah, that's a really good guess. Let's go around the table. I'll do mine. I'll send it to Kyle. Chris, we want to hear your prediction, then get ready for your freak nasty pick because we haven't done that yet.
Okay.
Yeah, 20. I'd like to think that too, Mita. I really would like to. I'm concerned. I'm concerned that we may struggle getting 17 points. Um, I'm gonna call it 21 only because I think maybe two offensive scores. I'm hopeful we get a defensive score. I feel like our defense is going to really rebound. I don't think our offense is going to rebound that much. I mean, the difference in 1 week, I feel like it's going to take more time to fix. I still think we're going to score a couple touchdowns on offense, but I think we're going to need some help on defense. So let's say 21. I think Washington's going to score a lot, man. This call is coming from my heart and not from my mind. In my mind, I think it's probably 28-21 Washington. My heart is going to say 21-17 Michigan. So that's where I'm coming from. It doesn't feel good. And I want to say something real quick before I pass it on to Kyle for his prediction. There's a really interesting post on Facebook. There was a group that posted, there's like a fan chat of Michigan football, and the person who posted a lot about Michigan. He got a lot of comments from fans, and he recently asked AI to go through all of the comments and summarize essentially what he would call a fan sentiment report, which we should do the same thing at some point. And he has some really interesting call outs here. And I know I'm getting a bit sidetracked, but I think this is important to call out. He goes, and this is really in line with everything we've said this podcast, but basically overall mood. Hold on. Lost it. Overall mood. Fan base remains split on Sherrone Moore, but the tone is increasingly critical as frustrations mount with Michigan's inconsistency. We're lacking offensive creativity. We're describing the group as flat. Don't have the sense of urgency and leadership that we have from Jim Harbaugh. Poor fundamentals. That Moore is struggling making adjustments. And then a very small group that is defending Sherrone, given his lack of experience. So that's really in line with what we've said. And there was about 500 or 600 comments that this person analyzed. So I feel like we've accurately described the overall sentiment of Michigan fans in this podcast. So I want to say that before I pass on to Kyle. I thought that was pretty interesting.
Well, I see this game being another, a low scoring game again, like you guys have stated. I think we'll come out of this one 21-14, winning it. But I want to be happy. But I don't know if I will be.
Damn. I hear you, Kyle.
What do I want to have happen? I would love a 49-0 shutout of Michigan football. What I believe is going to happen is that it's going to come down to a final kick, and Zavada will drill a 50-plus yard field goal to win it and propel us to an undefeated rest of the season. Go Blue.
Go Blue. Love that. Very positive.
Sounds like a heart pick.
Slightly unrealistic, but it feels good to hear. Chris, give us your. We skipped your freak nasty. Yeah, I know you're having some connection issues. Give us for this week.
USC put on a good fight against LSU, so I've been on the right wavelength. Other than against with the Gophers, that was not the right way. I'm gonna go number 12 Georgia Tech at unranked Duke. I have the Blue Devils pulling off the upset of the Georgia Tech Yellow Jackets.
Wow, that is a real freak nasty pick.
That's gross.
It's nasty.
I really like Georgia Tech this year.
I do too. Maybe he'll be the next Michigan wins out.
Ooh.
He's definitely, of all the rumors, he's one of them.
John.
The Iowa State guy is one of them. But
Very interesting.
again, if we got rid of Sherrone, I feel like we'd be facing the same issue Penn State's facing, which is like,
Give him the.
who is there?
I think that I feel like Penn State had to do that, and it's okay they did it in the middle of the season because their season's done. I feel like if we do make a coaching change, we would definitely do it, but I don't think it'd be mid-season. I think we'd give Sherrone.
No. He does.
Yeah,
He has earned this whole year to.
He's earned.
Yes.
Yeah, he's earned the whole year for sure. I don't. That being said, I don't think that he automatically gets this job next year, but I think he gets the whole year.
He's being interviewed right officially.
I want to point out, if anyone's looked at Washington's year, they've done a heck of a job scoring. From first game to last game, 38, here's a number of points, 38, 70, 59. They did play Ohio State. They only got 6 in that game. But then 24 and 38, their past 2 games against Maryland Rutgers. So they score. They score a lot. We're going to have a heck of a game from our defense.
That call is explosive. I was watching against Rutgers last weekend for 10 minutes. I was like, oh boy, we're going to have our hands full.
Yeah, with Jonah Coleman.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, he's pretty good. They struggled against Maryland. I was a little surprised that Washington won that game. They came back down 20-0. But that was on the road as well. Hopefully the body clock plays a little bit of a factor. It's a noon game, 9 a.m. Pacific. They'd be sleepy. We hope we catch them sleepy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I think we just need to slow the game down, run the ball on 95% of downs, and see what happens.
Yeah,
we gotta get there down to beating 50 offensive snaps and 50 defensive snaps. That's it.
Yeah, like we were saying, like I think that the statistics are surprising because I feel like Underwood is doing just enough to like have a few good plays. He's not ending the game with terrible statistics. I mean, 200 something plus yards throwing. He's running as well. He's probably getting about like 300 yards total.
He looked a little shy on the runs. Like I'd like him to be a little more like have a half second more intuition on the runs. But otherwise, he just looked like a freshman on the road at the Coliseum at night. I mean, it's a tough place to play. I expect he'll look a lot better at home.
Yeah.
Freshman to be freshmaning.
Yeah, freshman to be freshening. 15 to 24. I want to see some more tight end involvement. That was such a big part of our offense.
We got Hogan back, I believe.
Hulk? RIP.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Maybe Klein's still hurt. Do you think he's still Marlon Klein? Do you think he's still dealing with that ankle situation?
I think he's fine. He's just they've not been. Well, we just have so few possessions that there's like nobody's eating. There's like just morsels for everyone. It's like 1 catch for 8 catches for Marsh and then a couple for McCulley. Samaj tries. Good God, Samaj tries.
He does his best, yeah. Well, we were talking about the other week, maybe there's some people who just need to, quote unquote, be released. We didn't talk, actually, in our last podcast. It was something we did kind of scoot over a bit, but we did lose a player. 2 weeks ago, Frederick Moore. Who was expected to be a standout receiver for us coming into the year, transferred, left the school. So that was pretty interesting. I think maybe he felt
I'm out.
Yeah, he wasn't getting passes. He wasn't getting attention.
And going in motion before the play, every single play with Chip Lindsey. I'm starting to go a little crazy with someone being in motion all the time before the snap.
Yeah. I mean, I get that. I like movement.
But sometimes you just gotta set your feet and fucking and frickin' go.
Oh, it is an explicit episode. We knew it. Explicit. We knew talking about. I had a feeling talking about this past week something come up. Yeah. I think maybe it's overwhelmed. Maybe it's confusing ourselves. Like I think the whole point of motion and all these trickery, all these schemes, you're trying to outsmart the defense. It could be because we're so inexperienced, we're so young, we're kind of triggering ourselves. We're kind of outsmarting ourselves. Maybe we just need to simplify.
Yeah, there were
like you said,
certainly a couple possessions where it looked like people didn't know what they were doing.
Yeah. What were you saying, Chris?
They need to go have some freaking fun playing explosive offense and go get her done. Let them, baby.
I'd like it if we just rolled, like, every play, just roll out to the right or roll out to the left, have a guy over top, a guy underneath him, and then a guy in the flat, and just let Bryce pick one of them to throw to every single time.
Or run.
Yep, or run.
Yeah, it kind of the rollout play feels to me like an RPO, isn't it? Kind of like you're choosing between
it's sort of
three levels.
It becomes that way, sort of. Yeah, spiritually.
Yeah, spiritually, emotionally, biologically. Yeah, you've got 3 levels of passing potentially, and then you've got yourself as a runner with Underwood, and then you've got your running back who's either blocking or rolling out too.
Yeah, we've been eating with that play all year. Like I wish we'd see it more.
Yeah, me too. Okay, let's do some final thoughts here as we close out. We got our dude of the week. We selected FreakNasty. We went through some pick'em. I know, Chris, you missed a little bit of the pick'em. If you got thoughts, let us hear them. Let's finish up with some conclusion. I want to hear a little bit from Chris, like summarize where we're at. What do we got to do? Your sentiment, and just the general direction of the season right now.
So there's a reason that Mr. Brightside is the anthem of Michigan football. Is
coming out of our cage.
We stick behind our team even when times are tough and everything seems awful. You just got to keep believing, and we'll pull through, and it will be brighter on the other side. So that's what I have to say.
Well,
is that what that song's about?
I
thought it was about infidelity.
I thought
I like the sentiment, Chris, and it's very healthy. Meanwhile, Mita and I are here discussing Sherrone Moore's buyout. Mita, what do you think? What's your feeling on next steps for Michigan football?
Yeah, no, I think they just gotta, without being overly pessimistic, we're 4-2. We got a true freshman quarterback. We've seen a lot of good things, and we've got a fairly easy schedule until Ohio. So just keep getting better, try to find our identity. And basically, for me, the only thing left for this season is that Ohio State game. So just start getting ready for that right now. That could save the entire season like it did last year. So
yeah, it's a good point. It's always a big game for us. Just it's a strange thought to think you can have a really difficult season and then one game, will save the coach. Sometimes it's a blessing and a curse, but agreed with you there. Kyle, what are your thoughts, man, going into this week?
It's my birthday on Saturday. If we lose, I'm going to cry.
Oh, woohoo. Happy early birthday. Yeah, it's
Oh no. I can't have you crying on your birthday, damn it.
Yeah, we can't have you crying. We can't have you crying.
It's a must win.
No, we're going to win. We're going to win.
We're going to win for Kyle.
We're going to win because we're going to look better. We're going to say we're the better team, or we can run better schemes. And we got to get them back for last year.
We got to get him back.
Well, it
Yeah.
starts with having more points than the other team, and I think we're going to do that this weekend.
John cannot
Well,
That's
bring
right.
that
The
ship.
good thing is we saved him last week, so we've got some rollover points.
Yeah, we're due for sure. I feel that way too. We have such a history with this team, right? It kind of came out of nowhere. Washington, obviously we played in the championship a couple years ago. They joined the Big Ten. It just kind of like all happened so quickly.
Yeah, we've had a couple of matchups with them. Maybe that'll be a new emerging rivalry, much like I think UCLA Michigan State should be a new emerging rivalry.
Yeah, I like it. I like it. Yeah, I think we've kind of covered a lot of good points. I personally do feel this is a very inflection point for Michigan football. Agreed a little bit with me, Tim. It kind of feels like the season is going to hang on the Ohio State game. Now, we're still not over, right? We've still got plenty of games left. If we lose this one, it's going to be tricky. But we're only a 2-loss team. There's still a lot we can do. But this is certainly an inflection point. We'll see how Sherrone Moore handles it. So let's give him the benefit of the doubt. Good stuff, boys. Good episode. Good week. Good football. Let's get it back on track. Chris gave us some good positivity as always. Let's chat next week. We'll recap the Washington game. And hopefully we'll have a little bit of a better discussion. And we'll have some more positivity. Kyle will be 1 year older. He'll have been so happy over the weekend celebrating his birthday.
What?
I got the birthday spankings waiting for you.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
Okay. Yeah, I'll mark this as an explicit episode. Chat next week, everyone. Thanks for joining. Go Blue.
Go Blue.
Hail.
Go Blue.